In today's video, we're going to be having a look at this awesome Mk1 Cortina. So I bought this a good few months ago with the intention of it being the next raffle prize for someone to win. And I think this is going to be the last car raffle that I'm going to do, at least for the moment. I'm really trying to simplify things and just concentrate on what I'm good at and try and get my business life where it needs to be, and juggling so many things at the same time doesn't do me any good. So raffling off the cars, it just takes a lot of time. Because the cars I've been buying need finishing off, I've managed to find projects cheap that are almost there and then just need getting over the line. But that final 10% always takes a huge amount of time and work, and that's why people give up at that point. And this was another one of those cars that I managed to find. So the story behind this one, the chap came in to buy a welder off me. He said, "Are you interested in a Mk1 Cortina? It's sat under a tarp in my garden." And it was his boss's car, and I said, "Well, I'm always interested in a classic Ford if the price is right and it's not completely rotted out." And he said it's been fully restored quite a long time ago, about 8 years ago, but it's been given up on, just needs finishing off. Probably wouldn't take much to finish it off. And initially I thought, well, if this thing's been restored 8 years ago and then sat in a garden under a tarp, it's going to be rotted out again. But thought it was worth a look. So anyway, got chatting with the guy who actually owned it, and he sent me a memory stick with 500 photos on it of the whole restoration, which had gone on over years and years and years. And it had been completely rotisserie restored to a really high standard, painted to a really high standard. Every little nut, bolt, bracket has been zinc plated, loads of new parts, new interior, and it had only actually been left outside for a short amount of time. It had been dry stored the whole time. It was sort of sat waiting to be built up, and just never got done. So anyway, he sent me all these photos over, and I thought that looks like really one I want to try and get my hands on, just due to the amount of work and the standard it had been done to. And yeah, got there and pulled all these tarps off, and there's just this like mint car underneath with all the bits thrown in boxes. So bought it, got it on the trailer, took it home, and then I actually left it on my drive for a while because I didn't have the space for it in the other workshop. So just spent the time sorting through all the boxes of bits, seeing what was there, what wasn't there, and then just, putting bits on, bolting bits on. There were a lot of parts that had been sort of loosely fitted on, which is never a good idea. So yeah, it was just going through everything, and there's still quite a lot of jobs to do on it, but it's not far off. Inside, outside, underneath is just immaculate. The underside looks just like the outside of it. All in the boot is like brand new. The floors are all just completely like brand new. The underside was like primed, then it was like raptored, and then it was painted over the top of that. And then like all the areas where things were being bolted on were all like masked off, so there's no like raptor where things are going to bolt and crush it and cause it to crack. So it was all done really, really well. Engine wise, it's got a 1600 crossflow in it, and that's been fully rebuilt. He said they went to the same effort with the engine as they did with the body, so it's basically brand new 1600 crossflow. And he didn't know whether it had run or not when I picked it up. He said he couldn't remember whether they'd ever got it started or not. And yeah, that didn't take me long at all to get it up and running. Alright, it's exhaust time on the Cortina. Got a full Ashley exhaust system. This is for a Lotus Cortina. Got this from Burton Power, and I would normally make a stainless one, but that was 300 quid, and for something that's just going to bolt on and do the job. Sometimes when there is a bolt on option, it's just not worth the time of making it all yourself. But this does need, because that's for a Lotus, does need a little bit of modifying this end, and I also want to get it so it just fits a bit closer up to the body. So I think this is the only section that I'll have to modify. So I've just cut that. So I've just basically adjusted that so I can just tuck it up a bit tighter up under here. So if the cars run really low, shouldn't be an issue. Only thing is I can't find the exhaust hanger that goes here. Being a project car, that's been one of the issues, is just finding all the bits. Everything gets taken off, thrown in boxes, and bits get lost. So there have been quite a few little bits and bobs that I've had to try and source. But that is just the way it goes with this sort of stuff. So the majority of the work's been tracing issues with wiring, trying to get everything working. I put a brand new set of nice low back bucket seats in there. I have got the original seats for it, which would need retrimming. So if the new owner did want them, they're there. But I put the original seat in, and like my head is nearly touching the headliner, and I'm not tall. So I bought another set of seats, and they're mounted much lower, so I guess people were much shorter back in 1964. I think it's a 64. I'll have to double check that. It came with some really cool stuff as well. I've got the original bill of sale for it, which I'll show you all that stuff in another video, and there's loads of all the paperwork that came with it when you bought a brand new car. I've still got all of that with it. So yeah, hopefully another few weeks this thing should be pretty much there, I would say. I've got a nice new set of wheels for it. Just got to get some tyres, then just lots of the little final touches that seem never ending. This one's just going to have a fixed amount of tickets, probably be 1,000 tickets. When the last ticket sells, that'll be when it ends, and if it takes months and months for them all to sell, then that's how it is. The issue with the Raffles is you can lose out on them. So the company that I run them with, Raffle, offer the option to put a reserve on there. You put a reserve amount of tickets that you want to sell, and if it doesn't meet the reserve of the tickets, Raffle will pay the winner off with a cash prize based on how many tickets have sold, which makes it more secure for me doing it. To use that feature costs £1,000 up front, which you pay to Raffle, and then you can use that. So I did that on the Escort, and then the Escort didn't make its reserve amount of tickets, but I decided at the end of it, well, I'm still just going to give the car away anyway and just call it a day at that with the raffles. The chap who won it, a guy called Dave Hayden, he just bought another Mark II Escort that he wanted to finish off. So he had the cash alternative, and he really did me a favour doing that, because I would have lost out really if he hadn't, because he had the 10 grand and then I was able to sell the car and then recoup the money back. I've had a good little run of doing them. This will be a really nice one to finish on for the minute. It's a really good car. As you'll see a lot more of it over the next month or so. So there's still over 200 tickets left for the EWM MIG welder, and that's an awesome MIG machine, really top of the range bit of kit. Same applies for that. There's a ticket reserve on it, but as long as I cover my costs, then I'll be giving the machine away. I know a lot of people think that these companies send me the machines for free to raffle off. I have had one or two that I've been sent that I've raffled off, but 90% of these machines that I'm raffling off, I'm buying. As long as I'm covering my costs, I'm happy with that. So yeah, if you want to get a ticket, it's much appreciated. Details for this one will be up probably in the next few weeks. I'm going to get that set up sooner rather than later. And yeah, if you want to come and learn to weld here at Urchfab, then check out the website, urchfab.com. The workshop's coming together now, and I'll have a little workshop update video for you, maybe even tomorrow. That's going to be it for this one. Just watching. See you on the next one.